This is another post that I created, and I was going to share it around Christmas time. I was devastated and hurt, and I also don't like the idea of people that are doing evil, pictures and names being in highlights and spread all over the world. Today, I feel a little bit differently because I kind of want to be known as the person that kept speaking up and that eventually may be responsible for showing the true colors of this person and actually have it be listened to, actually have it be respected. And instead of me being known as the person that's been repeatedly taken advantage of, used, abused, tormented, and getting over on, that one day I'll be known as the person who kept fighting and stood even when it felt like I couldn't anymore, that took an extra step even when it felt like I didn't have none to take, and used a little bit of energy that I had to spread awareness about organized crime, to spread awareness about illegal experimentation, illegal monitoring, neural monitoring, MK Ultra, gang stalking, all these things, these scams that are taking place, and the way that they skillfully and strategically do crime and get away with it. Let this be the end of it. In this picture, we are familiar with the Grinch Who Stole Christmas, and somewhat of an oxymoron. His picture is there as the Grinch, but my life had been continuing to fly past my eyes, in my dreams and my visions, just kept being repetitive of what I've been through, what I've lost, what's been taken away from me, who's taken advantage of me, the mistakes that I made, and how I didn't realize that I was being used and taken advantage of. There's also that rocket ship that I many times wish I could fly away on. And interestingly enough, I used to go by the name Star, and that's the Starship. Oftentimes I'm ready to take off and get off this earth. But also my little puppy there, that is Cocoa Bean, and I miss him so much. But just being honest, I let him go. I was being tormented so bad. A little less than a year ago, I think back in June it was, and being tormented and stressed about getting rid of my dogs, and it had happened so many times. This is why I truly believe there is even some connection in the evil regarding this DJ Academics guy and Drake and Hollywood, just the evil things that individuals do with dogs. When I was in my 20s, I remember someone telling me stories about it and kind of trying to introduce me to it, and thank God I always stayed away from looking at anything involving it. But to know that people are actually, trying to pass laws so that they can do things that are unthinkable to animals is crazy. I also know that during this process, a lot of the visions I had were God, but I also know that those visions were able to be manipulated in order to torment me. So it has been difficult to call certain things, and I really started going through stressful times when it came to my children, because I bought my two little puppies for my teenagers, and I was like, listen, make sure you don't touch them inappropriately, make sure this, make sure that. And it was really concerning that ever so often I would go through this mental torture about letting my dogs go. And I did a couple times, honestly, and they came back. I didn't let them go prior to, but this last time that I did, the first time they were taken because I had them in a car. The second time, I let them go, and I was called and somebody found them, and I went to go pick them up. The other person wouldn't answer my phone call, kept ignoring my call. And just to be honest, I miss my puppy, but I know that it was the works of Elon Musk. I know that I'm not the only person he's been tormenting in this manner, and I believe that he's not the only one that has been doing it. It's a group of them, but sometimes I have these visions because creativity is my outlet, and unfortunately, a lot of times when I'm not creating, I'm suffering. But a lot of the stuff that I create, I haven't been sharing because I was working on and developing so many things and just a vision and the way that I had it prepared. And that opportunity was stolen from me in the worst kind of way. And so I am going to continue to speak on it until one day my story comes together and doesn't look so crazy anymore. So some of these little images that I have that don't necessarily seem to tell a cohesive story today, one day will. And if nothing else, it will tell a story of someone who is brave, someone who is bold, and someone who is battling with everything that I have in me to show up when I can, to call out the wrong that is happening to us as citizens. I've never felt so horrible when I've been thinking recently about living in South Philly as a minor. I think we moved from there when I was about 12, between 12 and 13 years old. But prior to that, there were so many Caucasian adults that were so evil to me. I was spit on. I had stuff thrown at me. I was cussed out, called all kinds of names. And this was regularly. And children did it too. But what's most disturbing is the adults. And to realize that this type of racism continues to happen and it continues to trickle down, and a lot of the evil is within the adults that will look at you and not like you, choose you because there is something about you that they just want to be evil to you and they want to take what you have. And a lot of it stems from hate and jealousy. And I'm just tired. I'm tired. So anyway, I wanted to share this image. I don't know how long it'll stay up or if I'll take it down. I might just leave it up because I have shared it. But my prayer is that God's justice prevails and sooner than later.